Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox bringing you the latest in boxing news, and basically just want to do a quick analysis video of tonight's card at the Copper Box Arena. Saunders versus Monroe. If you don't already know, Saunders won by unanimous decision. Wasn't the greatest fights, to be honest with you. I mean, in terms of Saunders, basically got the job done, really. You know, got in the ring, you know, boxed well. He didn't box bad or anything like that, but it wasn't one of those world-class, spectacular performances that would convince you that he's going to beat Triple G or Canelo if he was to ever step in the ring with either one of those two. But he did the job, you know, got the job done. Like I said, went in there, boxed well, and, you know, racked up the points and got the decision. Willie Monroe Jr., different story altogether. After Mick, you know, very disappointed with the guy. Don't know what his game plan was. I don't even know if he had a game plan going into that fight tonight. I really struggled to understand what he was trying to do. He was very inactive during rounds, to be honest with you. The last two rounds I actually gave to Monroe because he turned it up and he turned it on and he started to come on to Billy Joe. Billy Joe's showing a bit of fatigue and started tiring out at that point. But, you know, in terms of Monroe in those last two rounds, too late, you know, way too late. You know, you looked at me and thought, well, why didn't you do that in the fourth or the fifth or the sixth and start turning it on at that point? You know, you might have had a chance, but, you know, definitely a fighter. I feel, if he can't impose his own style of boxing on his opponent, then, you know, he's unable to adapt and overcome, you know, his opponent's style in any other way. So he struggles. So he couldn't impose his style on Billy Joe Saunders, who wasn't really doing, like I said, anything spectacular. But then, you know, because he couldn't do that, you know, he was relatively inactive, you know, throughout rounds. You know, popped a good jab here, maybe landed a hook or a right, etc. But nothing that, you know, troubled Billy Joe Saunders at all tonight. Really disappointed from Monroe. You know, he's got a lot to think about when he crosses over the pond to go home back to the US. You know, to me, he looked like a fighter who stepped in the ring, already accepted he lost the fight, the way he was boxing. Didn't look like he was passionate or even hungry. I mean, it's a world title shot. You know, he lost to Triple G. You know, he just did not look good at all. You know, he put in a better performance against Triple G than he did against Billy Joe Saunders tonight, in my opinion. And he just didn't look hungry. You know, you think, right, well, okay, I lost to Triple G. Here's another shot for me to pick up a world title. And then, you know, perhaps even get a rematch against Triple G if he wins tonight, or fight against Canelo Alvarez. And he went in there, it's like he just came in to pick up his paycheck tonight. You know, pick up the payday. I don't know, you know, what his team's going to be thinking going forward, or, you know, whether it's going to be really hard to sell him on the back of this performance, in my opinion. It wasn't a great performance. Other guys on the card, you know, some names to shout out. Anthony Yarde was on there. Obviously, he won his fight, stopped his opponent. Again, you know, fighters like Anthony Yarde, they're really good, hot prospects, no doubt about it, very talented. But I don't like to build them up too much just yet. It's about levels. As they go up in the levels of the sport and go up against better, more experienced opponents, that's when I start judging them. Right now, he's just learning his trade, you know, getting the rounds in, you know, building up his confidence, building his resume, etc. and stuff like that. Until he starts fighting the big names, you know, the top fighters in the division, then, you know, that's when I'll start being a bit more critical and start judging him a little bit, you know, critiquing his performances a little bit more. But, you know, he put in a good performance. You know, it was fun to watch. So congrats to him as well. Same with Daniel Dubois at heavyweight. Stopped his opponent in the first round. Very powerful, very impressive in terms of his power, like Yarde. But again, it's about levels. As they go up in the levels, that's when I'll start being a bit more critical. Right now, hot prospects, just, you know, getting the rounds in, getting the experience in, building their confidences up. And then, you know, when they go in against the bigger names or the big boys in their divisions, that's when I'll start really talking about and start critiquing their performance. But they looked good, you know, good progress so far, and, you know, we'll have to wait and see what the future brings for those two names. Let me know what you think about Willie Monroe. It's not really about Billy Joe Saunders, but it was about the poor show Willie Monroe put on tonight against Billy Joe Saunders. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is Icebox reminding you to keep it real.